Okay, this is going to be a very quick video, an update on this Smith & Wesson M&P Pro 9mm set up for open division. I know these videos kind of tend to drag out sometimes, so this one's going to stay 5 minutes or less. That's my hope, anyway. So, I have a video posted on this gun quite some time ago on how it evolved from a regular handgun to an open division gun because of this optic. I've made a couple of updates since then. Real quick, what I've got here is M&P Pro Series 9mm with an Apex tactical trigger system, springs and the trigger and all that good stuff, a KKM Precision threaded barrel, Carver custom 4-port compensator, Speed Shooter Specialties magwell, and a Burris Fastfire 3 optic mounted on the slide, actually recessed into the slide now. And I use Taylor Freelance 170mm aluminum mag extensions. So basically what we have here is a real quick update since the last time. It's been 2 years since I've purchased this gun. I've got about 30,000 rounds through it now, 20,000 of which standard ammo, about 10,000 loaded to major power factor, which I really thought was going to beat the crap out of this polymer frame gun, but surprisingly it's holding up pretty well. I've been shooting it in a couple of USPSA divisions. I started out in the open division mainly because I put this optic on it, and if you have an optic you're automatically in open. So I shot in an open division. Since then, USPSA now allows the carry optics division, which is basically this gun in a production configuration with an optic mounted on it. And I have shot it a little bit in carry optics division, but to be honest, I really didn't have that much fun in carry optics. I shot about, I don't know, 3 or 4 matches and went on to other things. So ultimately, how's this gun holding up? Really well, better than I could have expected. I've shot the crap out of it. I've not had any functional issues with the gun that was not related to ammunition. It's always functioned for the most part flawlessly, and even 1,000 rounds between cleanings, no issues at all. I typically shoot the harder Russian primers in this gun because of the major power factor ammo, and they all go bang each and every time, no complaints whatsoever. So since the last update, really the only changes that I've made is I was using a Storm Lake ported barrel, which didn't do jack for muzzle flip at all with the major power factor ammo. So I pulled it out, put the KKM Precision threaded barrel and the compensator, and this works a lot better. It's loud as crap, but it does help with the muzzle rise. The other thing I've done is I sent the slide off to Bowie Tactical to have the slide milled to drop the optic. One of the problems I was having was presenting the gun from a holster, finding the dot. It was all over the place. You never could find it. I did not have a front sight on it. Of course, I couldn't have a rear sight with the optic mounted in the rear dovetail, so I had him drop this, and he was actually able to drop it probably a little over 1/4 of an inch, which is pretty impressive. So I put a suppressor sight up front, and I don't have a rear sight, but the optic has an index mark on the back, and I use that index mark along with the front sight to present the gun, and the dot is usually just there, so that helps a lot. The other thing I'm pretty impressed on this gun is the finish on the slide. I've had probably thousands of presentations from a Kydex holster, and there is absolutely no wear that you could find on this slide on the finish. It's pretty impressive, actually. What else, How do I like this gun? I still like it a lot. I don't shoot it hardly at all anymore. I shot my CZ Shadow in production for the better part of this year, and then I recently changed over to a CZ Scorpion pistol caliber carbine to shoot carbine division, and that's kind of what I'm shooting right now. So anyway, I like the gun a lot. I don't shoot it very much anymore, but I did want to do an update because I did an initial video on how it evolved to an open gun, and I did have a couple of people requesting information on how it was holding up and what I thought about it. And so yeah, I like it fine. I'm just not shooting open division right now. And you know, I didn't really like I really didn't like carry optics much. The reason is that I don't like them. I'm tired of the 10 round limited magazines. You know, I can hold 28 in this. So, well, that's big and bulky. You know, I'd rather load this thing up with 28 rounds and go out there and blast and have a good time. How's the gun shoot? It shoots really well with the right ammo. I load my ammo for my CZ short at about 1.1 inches, and I found out the hard way that this gun does not like short ammo. It's very, very inaccurate, I found, with short loaded ammo. That shoots great in my CZ, but it doesn't shoot well in this. I have to load this long, about 1.15 to 1.69 inches, and then it's, you know, shoots, I mean, I can't ask for a better gun. It shoots tighter groups than I'm capable of shooting, so I got no complaints there. Let's see, what else? So basically, if, you know, can you be competitive with this gun? I don't know, define competitive. I mean, what does that mean to you? Do you want to compete with the big guys? No, you're not going to do it with this gun. I just don't think you are. But you can go out there and have fun and and be a C or B class shooter, possibly even an A class shooter, but certainly a C or B class shooter with this gun for less than half of the price of one of the other open guns. And it's fun to shoot. And like I said, you can, you know, if you don't physically mount this thing to where you don't have a rear sight, you can convert it back to a production gun or a carry optics gun, shoot multiple divisions with it. It takes about 10 minutes to convert it from one division to the next. So anyway, I like it. I still shoot it from time to time. I'm not competing with it currently, but I probably will go back to it at some point in the future and in the open division. So there it is, Smith & Wesson NMP 9mm open division gun.